Thank you very much, sir, for being a part of this once again. And
Yeah,
it's a very,
thanks for
very,
having me.
it's a huge privilege, I must say, to have the great
I'm
Bassmatics.
honored to be here.
Thank you, sir. All right, let's get right into it. Could you please just introduce yourself? Like, tell us about you. Who is Bassmatics?
Okay, Matthew Iliojo Adama, popularly known as Bassmatics. I am from Kogi State, Nigeria, and then I'm a graduate of electrical electronics from Federal University of Technology, Mina.
Wow,
We're doing music full.
that's nice.
Yeah,
That's
and
nice.
I'm the official bassist of the Gratitude COZA. So basically,
That's nice. Wow, electrical electronics to music full time. Like you said, yes. So how did you make that switch? Has music always been there, or it was just something that came somewhere along
okay,
the line?
music has been my thing right from the beginning. Right from when I was in primary school, I created a drum set with some, big tin milk and all of them, like the drum, um, this petrol drum that I used. I cut it and I used it for my bass drum. And I created a mom's kitchen. So the whole thing started from there. There was a point I even made a guitar, though I didn't know how to tune them to notes. I just created something that has a guitar shape and I was
Wow,
just playing.
that's nice.
It has been my thing from the one.
Okay, that's really interesting. So, what age do you start playing? Because you're a bass player, yes.
Yeah.
So what age did you start playing the bass?
Okay. Okay. Let me start my journey from the beginning.
All right, sir.
I was in primary school, went to secondary school. I started learning drums and I didn't have a teacher. So I would just watch how they play and then replicate it. From then, in my SS1, I started trying the keyboard.
Okay.
So from the keyboard in my SS2 into SS3, I was around 17 then, 17, 18, yeah, 17, 18. That was when I picked bass guitar for the first time, an electric bass guitar. When I picked it up, it was just like magic. I carried it. I struck my first note was do, then I traced fa,
Wow.
traced saw on my own. I traced every note on my own.
That's
From there,
that's
I started
interesting.
scoring anything I could lay my hands on. Though I
Oh,
started with local music, yeah, Ria, Makosa, yeah, that was my foundation.
okay.
So even when I started listening to Abraham Labora on the bass, I felt like those slaps were not real. Like it's computer. How can you make that sound? so so it happened that in 2007, when I was done with my secondary school, I came to Abuja. A church invited me to come play somewhere in Maraba. They were paying me 8,000 monthly.
Wow. Wow.
So that was where I got exposed. That same month I came to Abuja, I was opportune to meet with Mike Wonder, who I heard play bass, solo, slap, and did all manner of things with the bass. And I was like, whoa, in my entire life, I've never seen any bass, anyone play the bass like that. So that challenged me to start learning some basic things I needed to know in music. That was when I started learning the theory aspect of bass playing and running skills and all of that. That was when I took my rehearsals to another level. 2007 to 2008. Then I got admission into Footmina in 2008. Then
Okay.
I now met some bad guys on campus.
So by
When
bad
I
you
came
mean very
to
good.
as a crazy bass players.
That's
So
nice.
my church was Living Faith
Okay.
Church. at the time. And there are many musicians, students. It was like the happening church at the time on campus. So the great guys were coming there. And I was like the least. They won't give me a chance to play because I wasn't up to, I didn't know progressions. So someone will have to stand and be telling me, fast. Yeah, so someone will have to tell me progressions and all of that. From then, I started recording every service. Once I hear anyone else playing, I'll record their play, go home and work on everything they played. Before I knew it, in my 300 level, I was the best on campus.
Wow.
Because of determination, even though I
What?
was studying electrical electronics.
So you
But
were doing this while studying?
Yes.
Okay. That
My
must
real
have been.
passion was music. So
That's nice.
yeah,
So
I,
I think from what you said earlier, I just can't avoid this question. You said something about Abraham Laborel. Will it be safe
yeah,
to call him like an influence on your music or on your, yes, on your music?
absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay, okay.
Ram Laborel, Mike Wonder.
Mike Wonder, okay.
Yes. So after a while, I started working with Mike Wonder.
Wow.
I started playing backup bass for him. So from there, I will learn because I have this grace that anything I hear someone play, I can play it. I can replicate it. I will trace it out. So almost every I could hear those solos and then went home to work on them. There were times he couldn't make it to work that I had to cover up for him, and guests will not even know he wasn't around. Like I'll cover up like he would do normally.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And then
really nice.
the person that changed my slap techniques totally, this double thumb I do and all of that is um, my direct mentor right now, Alan Snoop.
Okay.
That guy changed my life.
Wow. 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 That's really interesting. So just out of the blues, how how far, like, how traveled are you? How well traveled are you? Especially in line with music.
Yeah.
Just tell us
Okay.
some places
Since
you've been to.
yeah. Okay. Since 2017, there's no year I don't travel to different countries.
Wow.
And then how it happens is in 2017 alone, I went to my first trip was Dubai.
Okay.
From Dubai, we now went to South Africa for album recording. We stayed like 2 weeks. Then a week after we got back from South Africa, we traveled to London for a concert. It was an annual gospel concert in London. That was my first time traveling to London in 2017. Then in 2018 also, I traveled to the same place in London, then Dubai. Then 2019, I went to Dubai. Like it has been back to back since that happened. Since 2017, I've been traveling with my team, the Gratitude, to different countries. I actually met Alan Snoop, my mentor, in London 2018. And it was like I met God. Like I was so happy, so excited to meet him. The way I shouted his name, he was even shocked. Like this guy is really following me. So
Ah,
and see how it happened. He came with Donnie McCloughan, and they ministered right before. I mean, just before we came up. So he was the one that removed the cord from his bass and gave it. Man, to me, that was the biggest picture of my life.
like handing the mantle to you.
Exactly, exactly.
Wow.
It was a
That's
dream
that's
come.
that's really interesting. So, so from your experiences so far, like from everything you've been through from day one till this point,
Yeah.
can you pinpoint one particular experience as your grace moment? Because okay, it so happens that the title or the name of the channel is Grace Based, and everything about Grace Based is just a way of showing the world that grace can take you where human ingenuity can't. So,
Yes.
could you just briefly tell us an experience, like one experience that really changed, that you could point at and say, this was my moment of grace?
Okay. I would say my turning point was when I discovered that everything I'm going to be doing in life will be based on the direction of the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
That is one thing I hold at the high esteem in my life. I started speaking in tongues in House on the Rock. That was in 2016. That was when I started speaking in tongues. And since then, my life moved to another dimension. Oh, before I even went to House on the Rock, I was with Summit Bible Church. And the way the MD was leading us to pray and all of that, speaking in tongues, then I had not started speaking in tongues, but I desired it so much. And then I was always praying to God for direction. That if this is where I should be, even if it doesn't feel right to me, Lord, still take me there. So God took me through Summit Bible Church to learn some things that I needed for my next level. I didn't spend much time there before House on the Rock called me. When they called me for House on the Rock, I was already ready. I was prepared. So on getting there, it was a higher level for me. Then when I was in House on the Rock, I gave him my all. I served, and I was really blessed. I was really blessed, and I grew musically. I got to meet. I was there with Ken, alternate sound, with Gospel on the Beat, and Roy. We're all in House on the Rock together. We had the opportunity to work together, and then I understood a lot of things, and my musical life went up from there. Then gratitude came up, and I prayed to God that if it is your will, because I saw it as a higher level. The gratitude was a higher level for me because it was an opportunity for me to do what I've been longing to do full time and doing it for a living. So it was a higher level for me, and I pray to God that if it's your will, make it happen. Because when I went for the audition, to me, I didn't do well. I didn't do well. I, I didn't play anything. And then before Tim Godfrey even called me to like give me the report if I was going to be in or out, I just told God I knew I did not play well. So if they pick me, then it's you. It's not me.
Mm.
All of a sudden, when Tim Godfrey called me, he was like, "Congratulations, you made it. That
Wow.
just move your things and come to the house." I was like, "Wow, this is actually good."
Grace. That
And that
is
was for
grace.
the 1 month training that we were going to have. During the training, three other bass players joined us, so we were four that went through the training for 1 month. And then we're told they were going to pick one of us. So I told God, if it's their will, you will still show yourself strong. I will be the one that will pick. And those guys are crazy bass players. They are good.
Wow.
At the end of the day, I was the only one to come. So I just know it's God. So ever since I discovered that the Holy Spirit is my director and my teacher, I've been having this rest
Mm.
on Him, that He's the one to lead me the way I should go. So, and I pray for growth in spiritual life. Not of that.
Wow.
So,
Wow. Wow. That's really 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 inspiring, I must say. Like personally, I'm inspired. Well,
thank you.
okay, the last question. So, what what can you just give out as a word of advice to someone watching this, somebody out there?
Okay.
Yeah, so
What I will tell guys out there is to never give up. If this is what you want to do, give it your all. Do it with everything you have.
mm,
Invest your money in it, invest your time in it, invest your prayer in it, and it will pay off. Right now, okay, in December 2019, last year, I went to Dubai, not with my team. I went alone to just have the holiday in Dubai, sponsored by me. And I came
oh,
back in January. When I got there, I now realized that everywhere I went to, my friends who work in hotels and clubs, I follow them 1 or 2 times to just go hang out with them. And when I went there, I was so surprised that most of the musicians there already knew my advice for us. And I want us to, submit everything we're doing to the Holy Spirit, and He will help us.
hello.
Hello.
Can you
Okay, it's
see
like you
me?
went on. Yeah, I
Ah,
can hear you. I can see you.
sorry. The,
Okay.
the network is really messed up.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So what I was saying is invest your time, your money, and your prayers into what you believe in, into what you're doing. If you don't sharpen your gift, the world cannot hear you. And know that you are the first ambassador of your brand. The fact that you are a bass player or a keyboard player, a singer, you are owning a brand already. How you carry that brand is determines how people receive you. So if you're joking about it, people won't take you serious. So invest more time, prayers, and money into what you do. I spend a lot of money buying gadgets and equipment that I use. I spend thousands of dollars buying bass guitar because I want to give it the best I can. What I buy, the gadget I use, is what top guys use in America and all of that. So the way you place yourself determines how the world will take you. And then shut your eyes and your ears from distractions. It could come from the opposite sex or from applause of men. So shut your ears. Don't let people clap for you too soon. There's always a place called there. Keep working hard, sharpen your gift, and God will keep pouring into you. And discipline is one thing you must not joke with. You must be disciplined to go forward and find life. That's one unique thing, one common thing with every successful person. There is something they are doing differently that normal people don't do. And that takes discipline. Is it workout or exercise on your giftings? It is not easy. It is not sweet to do sometimes. But if you are disciplined enough to keep at it, you see that your life will get better. Sometimes it's not how much you do in a day, but how consistent you are. You can be walking very slow, but consistent. Because you are consistent, before you look back, you see that you've gone far. So just find something to do, something new to sharpen your gifting, and
Wow.
your life will never remain the same.
Thank you very much. This has been truly, truly inspiring. I'm very sorry about the whole network issue and everything,
It's
but
fun.
I'm grateful, sir. Thank you for your time and thank you for your input and your contribution.
Thank you
Grace
so
Based
much for having me.
appreciates you deeply.
And I
I'm
love
grateful,
you
sir.
guys. Thank you for what you're doing too.
Thank you, sir.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. All right.